War of sorts underway over Virginia Key Beach, Miami's historic Black beach, and decades worth of plans and promises to build a museum there to focus on Miami's Black history. The Miami City Commission replaced the Virginia Key Beach Trust Volunteer Board with themselves, of which only the chair, Christine King, is a Black Miamian. And then a few weeks ago, they added two others to the board. Commissioner King is not joining us today, as her staff says she does not do interviews via Zoom. But here is what she said at the recent meeting.
It didn't strip Black Miami of its voice. Black Miami still has a voice. It's time to pass the baton. Let's put some more life into trying to realize the dream of having a Black museum on Virginia Key Beach.
Today, Patrick Range, the former chair of the replaced trust board, who unloaded at the last meeting at the change of direction. Patrick, it's good to have you on the program today. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Glenna. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
So at the meeting, you called the decision insulting. You said it insulted and disrespected the community. How so?
Simply, Glenna, this volunteer board of trustees that existed dedicated time, talent, treasure to ensure that this beach, this park, and this pending museum would fulfill the wishes and desires of the community. The community has given input over the years, and for anyone to just come along and say, well, now we'll just change course and do something different is unacceptable.
So here is what we heard, the sort of disinterested public with no horse in the race, from the chair, from Chair King, and also from some of the discussion about why the board was replaced. And the commission, I guess the headline is, just moved too slowly. And that this beautiful museum, which is funded by the city and the county, has been, 20 years in the making. What do you say to people who want to just speed up the process and make it happen?
I say absolutely. I say this has been the effort of the former trust for the last 10 or so years. It seems that there have been roadblock after roadblock after roadblock.
Like what? What are those roadblocks?
You've certainly had, well, part of the issue lies with the very city and county elected officials that claim that we have been holding up the process. In fact, we cannot do anything without the approval of the city and county. The county holds the GOB dollars that have to be accessed for the construction of the museum, and only they can say when that money is released. The city of Miami is the landowner and would be the actual recipient of the bond dollars. And so the city has to be the one to present to the county whatever plan that there would be for the museum in order to access the dollars.
Well, can I just ask you this, because I've over the years kind of covered steps and pieces. There is a beautiful rendering of a museum to be there. There are the bond dollars you talked about were contingent upon having a pot of money to operate the museum going forward, which makes sense. And now that money is there. And so that's been there since 2019. So what has been the holdup? Isn't that kind of the key question? Like, why is it so? Where is everything?
What we were in the process of at the time that we were removed, that is the former trust, we were in the process of trying to hire a consultant that we had already had on board in the past, who had developed a business plan, which was at the request of the county. And the county came back to us and said, no, you need to revise this business plan. So we were in the process of trying to hire again this consultant that had been on board with us to revise this business plan as the county had suggested that we needed to do. And so this has kind of been a microcosm of the process. Each step along the way, there's another impediment, another roadblock that's put in place that we have to meet.
Sounds like the big B bureaucracy is at play. So let me ask you this:
yes.
Chair King said at the meeting, we're not building hotels here. Don't worry about that. Sort of hinting that you may think there are ulterior motives. Remember that Commissioner Joe Carollo floated the idea of a homeless encampment on Virginia Key. And that's actually going forward as far as last I heard. Do you think there are ulterior motives, or do you trust that Chair King and the commission and these two new board members will actually do the right thing?
Well, I'll just say this, Glenna, no one has yet to explain why it was necessary to remove the prior board. And to do so with in the swift nature that we were removed within a month, 2 consecutive commission meetings, we were removed. This is with, little explanation, and no plan in place for, how they will move forward. And so that just seems very short-sighted to me. The beach has been marred by efforts over the years of developers that have had designs and tried to be in cahoots with city officials to get their development plans done. And these have included hotels, private beach pavilions, and things of the sort. And, this is what we have been guarding against. This is why the trust was created back in 2000, in order to prevent things like this from happening. And even though the trust has been in place, we've still seen these proposals come forward, over the years, and as recently as a year or two ago. So it's not far-fetched in our minds that there could be a development play here at the end of the rainbow, so to speak.
So Chair King sent a statement today, part of which says that we'll ensure the community's voices are heard as they are the deciders for what is to come. And you and the others, you are the community. You will be involved, I'm guessing, on a volunteer basis as well?
Well, as I have said on multiple occasions, before the commission, Glenna, I have no intention of going away. You can remove me from the trust. I will still be active in ensuring that this museum, that would be the first museum here in Miami-Dade County dedicated to the African-American experience and African-American history. I will ensure that gets built. That's my responsibility. That's what the community has asked for. And it's very strange, Glenna, that, the county, the city can find money to give to so many other projects, cultural projects for this community, the Perez Art Museum,
yeah,
the Performing Center.
I've heard that argument before. That is certainly so. I'm sorry to cut you off. We're on a time thing here, so we got to go, but we absolutely will be in touch. Patrick Range, thanks so much.
Thank you, Glenna.